Hi, folks. My name is Johnny. Welcome, all you fellow readers. The book that I'm holding up right now is Rock and Roll Russia by Richard Hume. Rock and Roll Russia is a tribute. Richard Hume organizes events in Moscow every month when he has an event, and they are free events to the local people in Moscow. What he is doing is he is paying tribute to rock and rollers since the 50s and 60s. Each of these rock and rollers had varying degrees of influence over each of us, over large groups of people. I mean, I sit here in the United States and I'm discussing tributes to rock and roll by a man who lives in Moscow. Each of these events pays tribute to a specific rock and roller. Obviously, there are so many. In his book, he discusses the monthly columns that he writes about these events that he sets up. When it begins, he's talking about Carl Perkins, Mr. Blue Suede Shoes himself. He goes on to discuss the Everly Brothers, Elvis Presley, Fats Domino, who sadly passed away recently. Interesting story he writes about Fats Domino. When he was young, he worked in a factory and nearly lost his fingers. It's something you're going to have to read. You're going to have to pick it up so you can read further information. It's all inclusive. Mr. Hume brings each of these rock and rollers to life. He discusses Ricky Nelson. There are stories in there that honestly I had no idea. Some of it is sad. I mean, he's talking about their real life experiences, the drug addictions, the alcohol addiction, as well as the fame and the notoriety that they received. Richard Hume brings these rock and rollers to life. He brings them to life again and again by paying tribute to them through local bands, Mr. Twister, The Great Pretenders. Pick up this book. You will be very surprised at how he discusses each of them in a way that, like I said, is magical, as well as talking about their difficulties, the demons each of them face. Pick up the book, Rock and Roll Russia by Richard Hume. All of you fellow rock and rollers, all of you fellow readers, you will love this book.